Yeah, it's a tricky little variation. The pitch is not helping, I think, in my opinion, but still, nonetheless, we need to learn how to deal with this tricky pitch, and the situations are always changing, so you have to just kind of learn the text. My suggestion is learn the text. One of the helpful things here is in the original variation is that every single bar, every single measure starts down bow. So that's handy to know, because if you're starting from the middle of the variation somewhere, you know, you're gonna be always down bow on every bar. So it doesn't matter if you start measure 36 or measure 19 or 28 or 20, down bow. As long as you're playing the first note, down bow. So that's helpful. That's nice. Yeah, and being in the middle of the bow and playing this piano presents kind of a challenge in itself, but we must overcome. We must overcome this challenge and must learn how to do this. Of course, the composer writes an alternative solution to play this at a frog with a mezzo forte stroke. Let's try that. It's not so bad, but it's slightly different approach, slightly different technique, and the fingers are going to be moving and working differently than you would in the middle of the bow. So just when you're practicing this both ways, pay attention and see how the fingers are engaged differently. Okay, and now the same thing at the frog. So yeah, it's definitely not the same, and the fingers are more have to be more plastic, more flexible, and more working, more moving, I think, than they are in the middle of the bow. At least that's just my opinion. Maybe somebody will disagree, and that's okay, but this is what I think. So moving on, there's 5 different variants of this variation. They're not very hard. I'm not going to do all of them here to avoid making this video overly long. But yeah, you should look at these, and it's a really good idea to just kind of approach them as separate exercises. And before you even think about doing these variants, you have to learn the text very, very well. My suggestion is to memorize it if possible, because that will help you tremendously to try and different variants. So on and so forth. Yeah, so you're kind of picking up the bow after every second note, and that is not always easy, but you know, it might be easier for some people. It'll be trickier for some other people, but nonetheless, I recommend doing this one. Number 2. Not too bad. Basically more of the same. You're legato on the first 2 notes, and then you're picking up the bow on the following 2 notes. So on the string first 2 notes, off the string the next 2 notes. So again, not too bad, but it will require a little messing around with. Number 3. Yeah, this one is probably one of the trickiest because it requires you to drop the bow on the first 2 notes and then quickly switch into legato. So it's basically the upside down of the number 2. That seems like it should be easy, but it's not, because you have to take a very different approach here, and you're dropping the first note kind of ricochet style, and then quickly have to change everything and switch into legato mode. That's not easy. That takes a little practice. Number 4. Yeah, it's not too bad. I would suggest slowing this down. Actually, Sevcik himself writes 104 here. So yeah, take it down, because you were switching from 8th notes into the 16th notes, and of course that is in itself is going to feel much faster. So remember, you have to pick up the bow on the up bows on the second set of 16th notes. So you have. Like so. Of course, string crossings here are one of the main challenges, because you are changing the angle very quickly, and you have to adapt to what's happening very quickly and make sure that doesn't sacrifice the quality of sound here. And let's look at number 5. To me, this is probably most fun and probably the easiest, I would say. At least to me, anyway. Maybe not the case for you, but I enjoy playing the doubles, 16 notes. You get the idea. So yeah, and basically that's it. That's the whole variation number 29. Very nice, very nice little exercise. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to learn, but it offers a pretty good range of different bowings to practice. And of course, I think you should try all of those variants to help boost your right arm technique. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I know a lot of you are watching, but not a lot of you are subscribing, so maybe you forgot. So the button is somewhere here. please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Also, you can visit my website where you can find more information about the lessons I teach online. So if you need help with this variation or others, I'll be happy to help. We can arrange lessons. Thanks for watching.